I've got a new video for you guys about the SACCONEJOLYs, which is a family channel here on YouTube with close to 2 million subscribers. And I've got a problem with them because they have gone way too far when it comes to exploiting their children for YouTube fame and fortune. And today, I'm here to call them out specifically on 2 videos that need to be removed from the internet. They are so inappropriate and cringe, and the father should feel ashamed of himself. So let's talk about these 2 videos and why they should be removed from the internet permanently. If you guys don't know who the SACCONEJOLYs are, like I said, they are a family channel here on YouTube with close to 2 million subscribers. They're located in the UK and they're quite problematic. We've been talking about them a bunch on my channel, and honestly, I am so done talking about them, and I really don't want to anymore because you guys know how I feel about their son and how they exploit him. They have continued to post pictures of their son, videos of their son, trying to make a profit off of his gender identity, which he's exploring. Keep in mind, he's 6 years old. It's just gone way too far. We've recently talked about the hair extension situation, which again, I have no problem with Eduardo, their 6-year-old son, like exploring his gender identity and wearing dresses and wearing girl clothes and doing whatever. But they're over here doing sponsorships, making money off of this phase of this part of his life, which he may not want to be out there one day. But you know what? We're not talking about that today. We're focusing on 2 very disgusting videos that need to be removed from the internet because they are foul. There's no other way to describe them. And the father, Jonathan, is seriously driving this ship into an iceberg. And it's really hard to watch because this man continues to make himself and his family look bad. I want to give you guys a trigger warning here. If you are triggered by children doing inappropriate things when they're being, forced to do so and it's really not right, please click out of this video because this is really, really bad. And again, I would like for this video to be removed from social media. So he posted this of his young daughter, and it's actually hard to believe that any father would ever post anything like this. So as you can see, she's like got the remote and she's doing a little trick, and it disappears, and yeah, it's all fun and games. It might seem kind of like an innocent just joke for some people, but for a lot of people, especially the gross like men who are creeping on, social medias, especially family channels. We've seen this with analytics before. These people get off on these type of videos. And of course, he posted it on TikTok and Instagram, and the comments are just unbelievable. They're calling him out, and of course, he feels nothing about it. I don't know how a father would ever feel okay with posting this of his young daughter and really, just exploiting her. She obviously doesn't know what she's doing by making this video, and I just, yeah, I don't even want to watch it anymore. So I'm calling for that video, Jonathan, to be removed. You guys may have known recently me and Jonathan got in on it on Twitter, so I know he's watching my content, and you need to remove this video. It's been posted online for way too long, and it's extremely foul, and I actually believe that Instagram or other platforms should just remove content like this. It's very suggestive in the worst way possible. Here's another video that needs to be removed immediately. This one was actually recently posted, and I didn't get what it meant. Like, when I watched the video, I could tell it was definitely inappropriate, but I didn't really understand like why it was until someone explained to me that this was a reference to adult, like a reference to, some adult blank content that probably shouldn't be referred to in a child's like skit. I'm going to play it for you guys. You may not understand it. I really can't walk through exactly what it means. Like, some people told me it's like the stepdad thing where the daughter is getting stuck or whatever, and like they come help him out, and it's just like a really gross scene, and he of course put his daughter in this situation. Okay, here it is.
Dad, I got myself stuck in that.
What? Oh gosh. You just need to Pringles. Put your hand there. Just pull it out. No, just pull it out. Here, look.
No, you're gonna cut my fingers off.
What? Why am I supposed to get your fingers out?
Use the soap over there.
Alright. Well, your sleeve is in the way. How am I supposed to put the soap in your sleeve?
There you go.
Okay, now try it now. Try it now.
Yeah.
Oh. That was beyond. And look at some of the comments. People are like, I got the wrong idea. Hey stepdad, help me out of the Pringle pot. The orange and black emojis are supposed to represent some website that probably shouldn't be mentioned, or a little kid joke. It's just, yeah, it's really gross. We know it's staged. It's the point. It's like, yeah, it's an inappropriate joke that probably shouldn't be up on here. He's just trying really hard, like what this person's saying. And that seems to be a theme with Jonathan. He's trying very, very hard. And maybe there's a reason why, because he admitted in his little Discord server, which we'll talk about that in a second, but he admitted to his fans in that server that 90% of their income was lost in 2020. The date is in European numbers, but this was posted in December, and he told everyone, you know what, we lost a lot of money this past year, and it's probably because no one's really interested in child exploitation anymore. I don't know why it was a thing in the beginning, but your content is not relevant anymore. And that's probably why he has his crappy membership deal on his channel. I wanted to bring this up because I feel like this is just a little money grab, and I like to call these channels for their money grabs, and this one specifically is offering memberships on their channel for $1.99, which isn't too much. I've seen more expensive memberships on YouTube. And if you don't know what YouTube membership is, it's pretty much a feature on your channel. A creator can decide to charge people a fee every month to provide them exclusive content. I actually have a membership thing set up, and I've had it set up for months, but I've never released it because I've never been able to commit to creating additional content that would be exclusive. Maybe I will one day, but this family was, promising to create some exclusive content. There was supposed to be a podcast that you would have access to by subscribing here, but people who are members haven't really gotten anything. I've seen a bunch of complaints that members haven't gotten any exclusive benefits, even though they're paying this fee every month. And of course, they put this video up as clickbait and titled it "We're finally telling the truth" or whatever, just trying to get views. And it's extremely desperate. I really don't want to wish any bad financial issues on anyone. I know that's extremely stressful for a household. They've got children. I don't want that for them. I just don't want their means of income to be based off of exploiting their children. And they've had some other controversial things in the past as well. Well, one thing they used to do, and some things the fans miss actually, is when the comment section used to be on and people would get a voucher for participating in the comment section. For whatever reason, Jonathan used to promise that he would select a person from the comment section and give them a $50 Amazon voucher just for being a supporter. And obviously this gets really messy when you start just giving out and handing out money, because people are expecting you to actually follow through with what you're doing. Isn't that a crazy idea? You actually do what you say you're going to do. Wouldn't it be crazy if other YouTubers did that more often? Well, there are tons of tweets online, and here are some tweets actually from this past year. And it's a conversation between Jonathan and a fan, and pretty much the fan, who I blocked out their name, asked him, hey, when do I get to claim my prize? And pretty much he said, did you comment, blah, blah, blah. He claimed that he actually didn't reply to her first, so he just needs her to comment or whatever for the future. It's a really weird situation when you just randomly pick a comment, because there are so many different factors that put the algorithm to make that comment the top one. It's not just likes all the time, so whatever. And then well, I guess the woman won it, I'm not too sure, and later on she actually asked him 9 days later, hey, what's going on with that voucher? And he replied again, hopefully before Christmas. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean? This voucher situation probably should have been solved right away. If you are going to give it away, you just give it away now. And then this fan claimed that her comment was deleted and that he was like, oh, I'm sorry about this, I just had to make sure the real person wins. And then again she replied asking, hey, yo, can I get that voucher? Literally brought it into 2021, what's up, what's going on? And he finally said, what's your Instagram? And she provided it, and she later on said that she did get the money, but this person actually clarified and called out the fact that in UK, if you're going to do a giveaway, you will legally have to give it away. You cannot fake it, or that's against the law. And they also mentioned that a lot of winners never got their prizes, so that's obviously controversial. And that's why this man Jonathan has to go and sit on Discord and talk to 17-year-olds, 20-year-olds, or whatever year olds online, because he is desperate for support, attention, and fame, I guess, on YouTube. It's weird to see the man just running the ship, because a lot of times it's the women who are running the accounts, doing everything, but it's the dad here. And Jonathan really doesn't like getting any backlash. He actually asks his fans to go and spam all the videos and like the videos and spread positivity because of the hate. And really, the hate isn't hateful. I understand and I recognize when people are actually hateful, but the hate that he's referring to is actually legitimate criticism about what he's doing with his children on the internet. I'm all for calling out the haters, but in this case, there really aren't any haters. Let's talk about a few weird moments in their vlogs that really show the type of person that Jonathan is. Like this one where the daughter reveals that the dad, Jonathan, stays up late to take pictures of her. It's just really awkward.
Who stays up the latest?
Daddy, because he stays up at 11 and he always looks at me and stares at me and takes photos of me.
She talked really fast, but she said that her father stays up like I think past like 11, something about 11, and claims that her dad is taking photos of her. I really don't know what that means, like because she is a child, but that to me is a really weird thing for a child to say, and I wouldn't even include that in the video if I was Jonathan, but he is a creepazoid and probably thinks this is very normal. Another thing that Jonathan seems to include in his videos is some of the violence going on, and I've called out other channels like OK Baby, KK and Baby J on them including their children getting hurt in videos because people don't want to watch their children getting hurt, especially like here when the daughter slaps the son, and I'm just like, why would you include this and allow this to happen? Like, it happens really fast, but they're all singing songs, they're playing around, and she just goes and hits him. And listen to the slap because you can't really see it, but you can definitely hear it. Again, I don't know if you could hear that, but you can hear the boy just start crying and the daughter marches out. The dad, of course, has no reaction but to film everything, which I just feel like that's a problem with like becoming a YouTube family channel. Like you become literally desensitized to normal things because you're like, oh, content, like this is content. Like it's no longer an emotional thing. It's like oh, this is automatically content. And again, another scene of him watching his children hurt each other and just like letting it happen. Luckily in this scene they cut out the brutal part, but just watch what happens. Okay, it's kind of fast, but pretty much one of the kids is like stomping on the other kid and then she's crying and they cut that part. I'm like, wait, what happened during that part? Because I feel like the parents definitely weren't doing the right thing if they were going to cut it like that. Chaos.
Okay, everyone back away.
Okay, again, I don't even know how to explain what was going on here, but like watching a kid cry in distress just isn't my type of flavor. And if my kid was crying, like I feel like I'm the type that would be like throwing the camera and running to them, but that's just not their behavior. Speaking of weird and poor behavior, let's take it back to 2013 where Jonathan was extremely weird in this video with his child, and I wasn't going to include it, but I was playing it and my friend was like, oh my gosh, you have to include it. I've never heard that type of noise come out of a human, and just watch what happens here because it is like, oh no, his form of comedy is just different than mine. Definitely have different humor. I mean, there's even an article I came across that I can't even show or talk about because there was a joke he did back in 2015 where I guess he was making his wife some juice and joked about putting some drugs in it and, you know, having babies with her later on, just like insinuating really gross things. And I feel like Jonathan should really clean up his act online. Even these old videos, like this 2013 one could go because that moment was really hard to watch. This is the type of man who posts his children online because he sees an opportunity to cash in. He also takes pictures of his daughter when she's sleeping. He's also got a huge surveillance like system at his home, which I get it. He's a huge YouTuber. They need security, but I also feel like this man probably watches it for fun. And I feel like Anna is just over on the side, just like letting it all happen and hoping they just like succeed because this YouTube channel is a mess and the Discord situation is even weirder. If you guys don't know what Discord is, it's pretty much a website that allows you to have a server which allows you to invite guests to join and you can talk and discuss your videos, whatever. And I want to read a few messages from this Discord server. So I have a bunch of messages and I'm just pulling them up with his messages. You really don't need to see what his fans replied. I feel like he's just like their master and they just do whatever for him. But let's just see some of the things that he's saying to his young fans, including minors, 17-year-old, like teenagers that he's talking to online. As we go through these screenshots, I'm going to read from the bottom to top. These are all from one day back in 2020, and it's just a little like insight into some of the things that he's saying in this Discord server. He started off talking about how his children really like the fact that they have their lives recorded and they enjoy it. Then they later on talk about how he has something going on with the family, a big announcement they want to share, but people are just really annoying how they ruin the vibe. He loves to just call people annoying for ruining the vibe of him like posting about his like son's gender identity or just any inappropriate videos of his children, or talking about the fact that he punishes his children with cold showers. Like, oh, we're just killing the vibe over here. Here are some more messages where later on he's writing my view, whatever. Anna will probably never join the chat. She isn't the chat room type, which again, I've been saying that the father's just running this ship and Anna seems to be just on the sidelines doing whatever he wants. Like he said, he's the nerd and she's the cheerleader. Two worlds collide. Like, who is this guy? Like, again, I don't want to diagnose anyone, but I feel like if anyone's a narcissist, like I have encountered this narcissist, him and like Austin, he thinks he's Austin McBroom. Later on, he gave a spoiler that they might be moving. Then they talked about like getting a new house, which I guess maybe they didn't lose that much of their income. They lost 90% of their income, yet they're over here flexing about a new house. And this was at the end of July, so it wasn't even that long ago. Here are some more messages, and honestly, it just gets weirder and weirder. So he talks about trying to be a John and Kate type with 8 children. They already have 4. They don't need any more. And then later on, they talked about, you know, going to the US. They were supposed to go on vacation, etc., just sharing a lot of information with these young fans. But I do want to recognize they're not all young. There are some adults in the chat as well, because, you know, the adults will be all up in the comments like, I'm an adult in this chat. Like, I know there are adults as well. Honestly, it seems like Jonathan's obsessed with the hate. He wrote in this comment, we're thinking about doing a video where we Google ourselves and read the hate comments, blah, blah, blah. Might get the kids to read some. Like, please do not involve your children with the hate. We've talked about on this channel that he has involved his son with the hate comments about his gender identity exploration, whatever is going on with the 60-year-old, and it's just really hard to watch him like share these hateful words with the children, because they shouldn't be exposed to that when they're 6 years old. And then even here, I feel like he's very insensitive when it comes to his sons, like you know, orientation and things like that. He later on talks about how he was in jazz school and everyone always thought he was gay, and he said, I'm probably almost gay apart from the attraction to men bit. So I guess everything besides that part. Then he continues to talk about how he allows Eduardo to be whoever he wants to be, and he wants people to live their free life, which is all great and beautiful, but you don't have to do it online, and you don't have to post your children in inappropriate ways. I want to remind you guys, there are 2 videos out there that are extremely inappropriate that we started this video with, and I really would like those to be removed. I don't know what needs to happen, but those need to go down because they're inappropriate. And Jonathan, you can come for me all you want, but like, I don't feel that this is wrong, and I don't feel like I'm being a hater. Like, I'm not over here making fun of you, tearing you apart, or saying anything that's like out of like the realm. Like, you've posted all of this stuff. I'm just calling you out on the posts that are really inappropriate and probably should have been saved in your drafts. So I hope you learn from these hateful videos and you realize that it's not all hate, but maybe some advice that would be great for you as a parent, especially when your kid grows up and sees all of this. Not even your kid, your children, because all of them are getting the exploitation. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about Jonathan in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys next time in a new video soon. Bye, guys.